who is in your Premier League 2020/21 team of the season? That's what I'm asking Tom today. Tom, how are you?
Good, thanks, mate. Yeah, you okay? You're all fine, thanks, buddy. Yeah, thanks for having me
Yeah.
on.
Oh, that's all right. Thanks for coming on. I'm not too bad at all. So, sum up West Ham season for us. I mean, what a season.
Oh, mate, it's a great season, isn't it? Finishing sixth. I mean, we'd have took that to start the season, wouldn't we? After last season, sixth was a really good finish for us, mate. Europa League, straight in the group stages. Yeah, we were flirting with the top four for quite a while. We were in and out, weren't we? And it would have been a dream, but mate, sixth is a truly great effort for us. And yeah, really happy, mate, and proud of the boys, really, and the players and the management staff and the club as a whole. So yeah, really good memorable season, mate. Really happy with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely massive. Got into Europe. Hopefully, if we're allowed, we'll be going on a European tour next year.
Oh mate, yeah, I'd love to go to a away game if we could, mate. I'd absolutely love that. It'd be great, wouldn't
it? Yeah, that is on my bucket list. Go to a West Ham game outside of the UK. Go to a sunny place and watch West Ham. That would be good.
Yeah, absolutely
that
would
be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without further ado, firstly, I'd like to thank our sponsors for this series, the Blowing Bubbles magazine. You can check out their link in the description down below. And if you use if you use the discount code that is coming up on screen right now, Jake Cox, at checkout, when you buy a 11 magazine subscription, you can get that's £5 off using that code. If you do use that code, it helps the channel out majorly. So if you could do that, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But without further ado, Tom, we will get into your team then. And we'll start, of course. We will start, of course, in goal. And who have you picked?
I've gone for Man City's Ederson, mate. I think he's had really good season, mate. Again, his kicking distribution is absolutely top quality, by far the best in the Premier League, I'd say. I would like to see him make more saves. He doesn't always get a lot of saves to make, does he? I feel, from playing golf Man City, but absolute top quality keeper, mate. I'd say by far, I think the best in the Premier League. Alisson was last couple of seasons, like getting close to him, I'd say, if not better. But this season, he's really pulled away from everyone, including Alisson, I would say. And yeah, absolutely outstanding season for him again, mate.
Yeah, he's been decent, that is for sure. And he doesn't, as you said, have masses and masses of saves to do, because look at the defence, midfield, and attack that he's got in front of him. But you still got to do the job. Get that. I think he's got the Golden Glove award. And you still got to do the business.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, it's been quality, hasn't he? Absolute quality, best in the Premier League for me. And I thought, he rightly deserves to be in there.
There we go. Well, we will move into your back four then. We'll start at right back. Who have you gone for?
Oh, mate, I've gone for our very own Vladimir Sufel, mate. He's had an absolute bargain at 5 million. We signed him, I think it was October in the end, when the season started late, wasn't it?
October.
Missed the first few games. Leicester was a debut, and I mean, he played well in his debut in that first game, and he's never looked back, mate. He's been absolutely rock solid for us, hasn't he? Absolute quality for us, mate. Brilliant signing, mate. So composed on the ball. Obviously, brilliant one-on-one defending. Obviously defending, but also great going forward. And he's got, I think, 7 assists he had in the end, wasn't it? 7. And really good crossing ability, mate. And linking up with 4 players really well. I remember that goal Lingard's score against Wolves actually started with Sufel, like getting the ball out the 4 nails. And yeah, just been really impressed with him, mate. Really fitted in so well with the squad, and just so happy we signed him, and look forward to watching him again next year, and hopefully he has a really good season. And so also I was going to say, a lot of the pundits have put him in the right backs, like the Sky Sports pundits, their team of the year.
Yeah.
So that really does show what a great season he's had. Like for West Ham, we don't normally get many players in the team of the year, do we, of other people? But yeah, he's been absolutely brilliant, mate. Yeah, great to watch him, mate. Every game, you just rely on him. You can trust him, can't you? Before the game, you can't really see him having a bad one, can you? You know?
Oh yeah, I agree. And Mr. Consistent. And the thing is, that first 15 minutes against Leicester, he looked like he'd been there for years, not a matter of days. Absolutely fantastic player. That is for sure. We will move into your centre backs there. Well, we'll start with your first centre back. Who have you gone for?
First centre back, I've gone for Harry Maguire from Man United. Just brilliant defender, mate. I've really improved. I feel like his price tag give him a lot of criticism perhaps over since he signed for Man United, but he's just such a strong, solid defender, mate. Not much gets past him, either on the floor and obviously in the air, mate. He's absolutely brilliant in the air, isn't he? He doesn't lose many headers. And
No.
just well, especially with Man United, they struggled a bit at the end of the season. Obviously, lost the final. And a couple of them games at the end of the season, I thought if he was out there, he probably wouldn't have conceded that goal. I think it was one against Leicester. Also the Villarreal goal. With him out there, they might not have conceded that goal, and it could have gone and won that cup. Yeah, I just think it just shows how important he is to Man United and England, mate. I think England really need him fit for the Euros. He's going to be really hard to replace, mate, if he's not fit. So yes, let's hope he's fit, mate. And fair play to him for having a good season, mate.
Yeah, he's gone on leaps and bounds, I think, and it's like our Aaron Cresswell, that you don't realise how much you rely and you need him in that side until they come out of the side. And as you said, they can see goals they probably wouldn't have done with Harry Maguire in the side.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Definitely, yeah, it's spot on, mate.
So, who is going to accompany Harry Maguire? Who have you picked as your second centre back then?
Centre back, mate, alongside Maguire, I've gone Ruben Dias from Man City. I believe he's signing from, I'm pretty sure it's Benfica for £50 or £60 million in the summer.
Yeah.
He's come in, mate, and he's made so much difference to Man City's defence and overall team, obviously. But he's been absolute quality for Man City, mate. Puts his body on the line. It seems like he just loves defending, which I think all centre backs should be like that, And he's just made a massive difference. They've conceded a lot less goals this season, Man City, and he's played the majority of the games at centre back. So obviously a lot of that's down to him. And another thing I've noticed about him is leadership qualities. He really seems to get that defence organised, and he's always seems to be communicating, talking to the other defenders and midfielders. And it's been really impressive with him, mate. And I remember when he signed him, I didn't really know much about him, to be honest. And I thought, well, it's a lot of money for someone. And he was fairly young as well, wasn't he? He's like mid-20s, 24, is he? 23, is he?
24, sorry. I think. Yeah,
24. Yeah, and he's come in there, mate. A bit like you said about Soufel. Looks like he could have played there for years. Really, really impressed with him, mate. And I'm sure Man City are very happy they signed him.
Oh, yeah. I think I've been saying to everyone, it's just that last piece of the defensive puzzle that they've had minor issues with over the last few years. But him and Stones are having a fantastic season, or had a fantastic season, I should say, and a great partnership in that.
I bet a lot of people have picked him, haven't they?
They have, yeah. Yeah. Ruben Dias especially is probably in 90-95% of people's teams so far.
Yeah.
And probably rightly deserved as well. Let's be completely honest with you. But we'll move on out onto the left-hand side then. Who have you picked at left back?
It's another Man United one. Probably won't be a surprise. Luke Shaw I picked left back of my team, mate. I feel with the left back, it's a bit of a tricky one, mate. It's a couple I was looking at. Mate Target from Aston Villa, I think, has had a good season, to be fair. Well, I've watched a lot of Villa, and he's been really consistent. But Luke Shaw he's played really well this season. Really got back to his full fitness. He hasn't really struggled with any injuries, and his pace and his strength and his power down the left side is really a massive plus for Man United. He's obviously them injuries have been a massive thing from him, staying injury clear this year. Yeah, and I just think he's been absolutely quality for him. There's a couple of games lately, I thought perhaps near the end he wasn't quite as good, but it's hard for Man United when they've already got that fourth place at least guaranteed, I think it was a Liverpool game. I wasn't too impressed with him, but already picked my team anyway then, mate, so it's too late to change. But no, overall, mate, throughout the season, I think he has been the best left back for me, what I've seen in the Premier League, and I'm sure lots of people probably agree with that, to be honest, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's just that bit of a rebuild for him. Last season, he's overweight, he's this and he's that, and he's come back this season and proved everybody wrong. That is for sure. That's a very decent back four. But we'll move into your midfield then. I will start in the centre. Who's the first of your two central midfielders?
This is my second West Ham player, Declan Royce, so like the holding midfield player in my team. Yeah. Obviously massively important for our team, West Ham, and I think he's had a great season, to be honest. Absolute quality, top quality. He's got an England team and he's cemented that place in there, and he's just so important to us, mate. And that defensive midfield, breaking up the play with his tackles, the interceptions he makes, and then what he's really added to his game that I've really liked is his drive and runs forward. Yeah. And it's unlucky a couple of games. Leicester game when he hit the bar, I think, and the Arsenal game when he ran nearly the whole length of the pitch and had a shot saved. Yeah, he's improving, mate, isn't he? Last couple of years, and obviously another thing that helped get him in that team was his captaincy this year. He's obviously captained a lot of games and seems to have done really well with that, and the team have taken to him. So yeah, massive player for us, and yeah, he gets a nod for me. It's a shame he had that injury at the end, but still like warranting playing enough games, I thought, to make it in my team, mate.
Oh yeah, and I mean, just to drive everything in his game, and I'm convinced in the Euros he's one of Gareth Southgate's first names on that team sheet. He's just so crucial for West Ham and for England as well.
Yeah, agree, mate. Definitely.
Yeah, fantastic player, and let's hope we can at least keep hold of him for another year or so. Perhaps he could be another Mark Noble. We just don't know. Football's a funny game.
It is, mate.
It could go at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Who are you picking to accompany Declan Royce in the midfield? Probably playing a bit more higher up than Declan Royce, but who's you gone for?
Yeah, well, we had to do we had to do 4-4-2, didn't we, mate? So we had to. It's trying to fit the players in, and obviously not picking too many from the same teams. So I've gone for Bruno Fernandez in centre midfield. I know he's more of like number 10, really, isn't he? But I thought with Royce in there, you could stick him alongside him. And this guy is obviously had a good season, scored a lot of goals in the Premier League. I think it's 18. I think I saw 18 goals, but quite a few of them must have been penalties with that little interesting little run up he has. Obviously, very, very good player. He's had a very good season. He's created many opportunities for other Man United players as well, and got obviously quite a few assists. But he's that kind of player you don't like playing against. He gets in the refs' faces. He rolls around a bit, and you think, it's a bit frustrating to play against. But no doubt in his ability, mate. He's a very, very good player, and he's obviously a massive addition to the Premier League, massive foreign superstar. Coming from obviously a Portuguese player, and he's a huge signing for Man United and a very good one. And I think the Man United fans will be really looking forward to watching him play over the next few years because he's a winner, mate, isn't he? He really is, and that must have really upset him losing that final against Villarreal, not getting that first trophy in the bag at United because it is a long old season, and there's a couple of games I thought he was in and out a bit, and he is that kind of luxury kind of player, isn't he? Sometimes he gives the ball away, but he's always trying to play that killer pass. So yeah, I put my team, mate. I think he's had a good season for me, mate, and he's made it in there.
Yeah, and I mean, people say, he scored 20 odd goals, most of them have been penalties. I mean, funny runner, but you've got to put them away, and it's hard to be a penalty taker because if you miss it, you will get battered, and if you miss it badly, like we've seen with Lookman this season and Aguero towards the end, you will get battered even more. It's a really hard thing to do. Yes, people say professional footballers, they should be scoring 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10 from 12 yards out, but it's not as easy as that, and he's made it look easy this season.
Oh, he has, mate. Yeah, he has, mate. Them penalties, he tucks them away. Normally not that much power on them, is it, as well? He just tucks them in there.
Yeah. I'm pro at it because he's having. Yeah, he's a pro at it because I'm sure he's having practice on the training ground, and he's having enough practice on the pitch as well. To be honest.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, definitely.
So there is your 2 central midfielders. Then we'll move on to the flanks, out to the wide players. Firstly, who've you gone for on the left-hand side? Who's your left midfielder?
My left, mate. I would have Grealish on the left, just because I could go with Jack Grealish from Aston Villa, gone from on the left for it so he can cut inside, really, which obviously he does. He plays that kind of position for Aston Villa, really. He's only like left forward. He's got that freedom in place of Villa, and he roams around, but he comes inside a lot from that left flank, doesn't he? This guy, I think, is absolute top player, absolute quality player. Being obviously unlucky with that injury, and he missed a lot at the end of the season, didn't he? But it was hard. This was the hardest position for me to fill, to be honest, is on the left wing, because I'd really think about it. There's a lot of players that could have made it, but I went for Grealish in the end, even though he missed a lot of games. I think he played 26 games. He only scored 6 goals, but he made 10 assists. He created probably a lot of chances. Must have been probably top 10 for creating chances, and as we all know, he would have got fouled probably the most in the Premier League as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I think if he just cuts the diving part out of his game, I think he'll open up to a lot more people will like him, because I just look at him. Yes, he's got talent, but he just annoys me when he just falls on the floor every 2 minutes. He really does annoy me. But there's no backing down that this man, he's got some raw talent.
Oh mate, it's worse worse when they play against us as well. Like when obviously we played Villa 2 closest games, we beat them twice, but yeah, it's very frustrating there how easily he went down, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But anyway, all players have got their flaws, and I mean these players, they're very, very good at it, that's for sure. But we'll move to your right hand side and to the other side. Now, speaking of talent, this man's got it. Who've you gone for on the right hand side?
I've gone for it's my last Man City player to be picked. Is Phil Foden, and I think he is. He's had a very, very good season, mate. Especially considering his age. What is he? 21, mate? Is he 20? No,
20. He's
20,
because I think he turned 21 the other day. Let me just have a look.
Did, but 3 of the birthdays, wasn't it? Walker, Stones, and Foden on the same day.
Yeah, it was his birthday 2 days ago from recording this. Yeah, 21 years.
21 now, is he, mate? Well, yeah, for a 21-year-old, he's got a lot of ability, mate, and he's really, really shone this season, hasn't he? It's been absolute quality to get that Man City teams consistently as he has. You know, he started in front of Sterling, and you know, a lot of games, and he's been really impressive for me, mate, for Man City. He's obviously assisted a lot of goals, but he's also scored quite a few in double figures. Well, I'm sure he's in double figures total for Man City. I'm not sure about the Premier League, but I remember that goal against Liverpool when he cut in, and I think it's cut past Andy Robertson, smashing the roof of the net. It was an absolute quality goal to score at Anfield at his age, mate. No wonder he's celebrating so much. Yeah, I think this guy's got a massive future, mate, and it's obviously going to be very important for England in the Euros now. I'd have him starting in that 11, mate. I think he's that good.
Yeah.
I think he gets in front of a lot of more experienced players than me.
It's scary. It's scary looking at it that we could have Declan Royce, Mason Mount, and Phil Foden, all young English raw players that have got so much talent in that midfield and attacking positions. Fantastic. And you know, as you say, consistently getting in that Man City side, that's not an easy thing to do.
No, definitely not, mate. And that's another one that came close to me, mate. Well, you didn't mention him, was Mason Mount for Chelsea. I thought about putting him on like wide left. He's had a really good season as well, mate. He's a bit unfortunate to miss out on my team. I bet he's been named in a few of yours that you've gone through, hasn't he?
Yeah. Mason Mount has definitely been mentioned a couple of times, that is for sure. But yeah, fantastic young player, that's for sure. We'll move into your striker pairing then. Who's going to bag these goals? And they bagged some goals this season, that's for sure. Who's the first of the 2 strikers?
Most people probably pick these two, haven't they, mate? So I've gone for Salah and Kane, mate. I think, like you say, top 2 scorers in the Premier League this year. Oh, mate, they've been good again, haven't they? Luckily, Kane scored all those goals, and they still didn't finish above us. So, hey.
I know. I think Kane scored 23, and Salah, Salah scored 22. So that's nearly 50 goals in 2 players. Absolutely fantastic. Right, we'll start with Mo Salah then. What has stood out for you with Mo Salah this season then?
Well, Liverpool obviously didn't have a great season. I know he finished 3rd in the end and didn't really have any cup runs. So for them, really, obviously being the champions the year before, they weren't brilliant, were they? And they had a great run to get in that top 4 at the end. But his standards never dropped for me, Jake. You know, he scored, like you say, 22 goals, and he was the one really carrying that team, to be honest. Like Mane didn't have a great season. Firmino was inconsistent, but Salah, for me, was really, really good again, mate. And it's a bit of a shame, to be honest. He's so good against West Ham again, wasn't it? Scored them 2. I think it's 2 goals scored against us. One of them was a quality goal, and got that penalty in the first the Anfield game against us when Maguire gently touched his foot and he went down. So yeah, hopefully next season he might not play as well against us, mate.
Let's hope so. But yeah, moving on to Harry Kane then with the Golden Boot. Looks like he's on his way out in the summer to Manchester City, but anything can happen. What have you made of his season then, and why has he got in your team this season?
Well, mate, 23 goals. Not only that, mate, it's the 14 assists he had as well. All those goals he made for Son, you know. Tottenham again, I said they finished below us. It's hard for me to pick a Spurs player, but you can't not pick him, mate. The quality he's got, mate, is just undeniable, really. And no wonder top teams like Man City are going to want him because he scores goals, doesn't he, for fun, and his finishing is absolute top draw. He hits a target more times than not, doesn't he, really? Obviously, deadly from the penalties, free kicks, shooting's so good, mate. His technique is absolutely quality, and yeah, he is would say the best striker in the Premier League, really, mate.
Yeah. And it's a question I'm asking everyone that's put Harry Kane in their side. Then is he on his way to City? Is he on his way to City?
Well, the thing is, mate, they've got Aguero's wages are gone, so it's perfect for him to come in on that wage. But it's just whether they're going to pay the transfer fee, mate, because it's going to be a big one, isn't it? And Daniel Levy is not going to be an easy man to deal with on it because he's not going to be selling Kane on the cheap, is he? So I think he would suit Man City. He's desperate. It's what Man City need, mate. I would say, like another option for crossing the ball in the box because he's good in it, Kane.
Yeah,
they could do it, mate. Really could do it, and they could have done with him last night, mate. Because that would have been just a different way of scoring having him last night, mate. But it's going to be an interesting summer for him, isn't it, Kane? It'll be very interesting to see if he goes. Say if Pochettino does come back, possibly, mate. There's a lot of rumours, and you might even stay yet. Things can change quickly, can't they?
They can. That Manchester City side would be scary with all of those players setting Kane up on plays. He's going to be scoring 30 plus goals a season. That is scary. And definitely. Even with, just off the top of my head, you've got even if Sterling's on form, Foden, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Mahrez, Fernand Torres, all of these players setting up goals. Oh, honestly, it's going to be scary, and it's going to be bad for the rest of the Premier League.
Yeah, it will be. It will be bad for the rest of the Premier League, but Spurs worse for Spurs, mate, because a player like that is not going to be easy to replace, is it? No matter what money, mate, to replace someone like that, well, you can't, can you? Really?
No, you can't. That's for sure. Right, keeping on the subject of Manchester City, then, who's going to manage this side? Who's your manager of the season?
Oh yeah, I've gone for Pep, mate. Obviously lost the game last night, and they weren't particularly great, but overall, mate, he won the League Cup, and they obviously won the Premier League again. I think that's his fourth and 6 years, 4 and 6 or 7 years. So that's an amazing achievement, mate. Amazing effort. Not many managers can do that, can they? So and obviously I love the way they play football, mate. I really do enjoy watching them play, and that's why I put him in such high regard, to be honest. The way he goes about his job as well, and even when they lose, to be honest, mate, he puts on a good face afterwards. To be fair to him, he's a pretty good loser, even though they don't often lose. I do like how he holds himself and how he speaks, and players would love to play for him, wouldn't they? Like you say about Harry Kane, he would love to play for Pep Guardiola. What a manager, mate! He's won trophies all over the world. And I think before last night, mate, it's 14 out of 15 finals he'd won. Some record, isn't it?
Honestly, I think questions will be asked from Man City fans now. Why does he keep bottling these Champions League? Why does he keep bottling these big games? They've still won the double though. Let's just not get past. They've still won the double with the Carabao Cup and the Premier League. But there we go. That is Tom's side. Let's review it then with the goalkeeper Ederson in goal. Back four of Soufal, Harry Maguire, Ruben Diaz and Luke Shaw. Two central midfielders of Fernandez and Declan Royce. Out wide is Grealish on the left, Foden on the right, and then Harry Kane and Mo Salah up front, managed by Pep Guardiola. Not a bad side that, Tom.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, pretty happy with that, mate. There's only a couple of positions that took me a while, but quite a few of them, mate, are pretty easy to pick, to be honest.
Yeah.
Obviously, watched a lot of Premier League football this year as well, mate.
I know. Yeah, we have. Tom, thank you very much for coming on.
No problem, buddy. No problem at all. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Drop a like on today's video. Subscribe, all of that jazz. Comment, all of that. And from me and Tom, come on, you irons. And we will see you very, very soon. Thank you very much.